All right, so the goal of our lesson today is to have the students learn and be able to identify and learn different shapes. So how we will begin the lesson is we're going to read this book, The Greedy Triangle, and during the lesson the students will be given this regular polygon sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through page by page and we're going to have the students look at them as they identify each shape, and they're going to have to identify the shape on the regular polygon sheet. So this first page, it talks about triangles. So we would see and identify all the different triangles on the page, and they would have to label it onto the polygon sheet. And we'll keep doing that throughout the book, and we would stop page by page and go over where these shapes occur on the pages. So this one has the quadrilateral. So there's that right there, and then there's also some on this page. So we would identify that. So we would do that throughout the entire book, and after the book has been read completely, we will go over the sheet and make sure we have all the information on it correct. So then the next step in our process, we are going to have the students represent what they learned by reading the book and doing the regular polygon sheet. So we're going to have them identify things around the classroom that match up to the sheets that we found on the sheet. So for one, if we went along the classroom, we found a triangle on the bear's his little necklace thing. So there's a triangle. Then we found a square with these sticky notes in the classroom. We also found a circle at the bottom of the thumbtack, and then there's also a rectangle made out of the magazine. And then to further enhance it, since we can't go outside and let the kids explore around, we're going to have them look up images that would also make them. So right here we have a pentagon that they would have found on the internet, using the internet. We also have a hexagon from a beehive. We have a heptagon from a medicine bottle. And then we have an octagon from a stop sign. So this is just to help reinforce what the students had learned by reading the book and help them represent and show what they have also learned. Next, we would have our action representation. We have 4 different stations that we would put the kids into. So the first one we have here is going to be our art collage station. So we have here different pieces of shapes that the kids would have learned about, and they get to make their own image out of the shapes that they have already learned. So right here we have a flower that we made out of squares and hexagons and octagons. So the kids will get to do that on their own, and they'll get to express what they've learned. All right, so for our second station of action and expression, we're going to have the kids play an interactive game on their computer. This game is basically going to help them figure out which shape is the one that they're telling them to choose, and it also helps them see which one's wrong. It does tell you which one's right or wrong, so it helps them clarify if they do have any questions. Our third station that we have is going to be a Go Fish game. So this right here is our Go Fish game. What the students are going to do is they're going to, in their station, they're going to split up into 2 by 2s, however you want to do it. And it's basically like a Go Fish game, only they're going to show the different shapes. So what they're going to do is, just like any Go Fish game, you're going to say who is a purple square, and they'll give the other person purple square. So it's just another way to identify and see the words and the shapes combined together. And then our final station that we have is a Twister game. So for our final station is going to be a Twister game. So the game is basically going to be set up like any other Twister game, and they'll have the board that says it. So what they're going to do, we wrote the numbers on it to help reinforce the kids how many sides each one has, because they are a little difficult to see. So the numbers on them help them see which ones they are. So we would say a hexagon, a purple hexagon, and they'll point to it because they know the number. So then once they do that, we would just flip over all of them so that their numbers are not showing. So this also helps them reinforce without having the numbers to see them, and that's how we would help them just learn the shapes better with the different stations.